BREXIT poll, Leave and Remain voters now back clean break from EU. A new survey has revealed that most Remain voters and Leave supporters are united that Britain should have a clean Brexit and end Brussels rule altogether. The massive study of more than 20,000 voters by the London School of Economics and Oxford University revealed that Theresa May's blueprint to free Britain from Brussels rule is backed by more than 70%. The findings are a huge blow to Remainer campaigners who have been told there is no popular support for their hopes to thwart the democratic will of the British people and keep the UK in the EU. According to the findings, most Remainers agree with Leaves that Britain should take back control of its borders and end free movement. The two groups also mostly agree that the UK should pay nothing or at most £10 billion as a divorce bill. The figure of £10 billion is significant because it is the number being considered by ministers. There is also overwhelming support from both Remainers and Leavers to end the right of the European Court of Justice, ECJ, to have jurisdiction in Britain, but the most crushing finding of all for Remainers is that 67% would rather have no deal than stay in the EU, while 67% prefer a hard Brexit to a soft Brexit. Remaining in the single market, the goal of Remain campaigners, including Chuka Umair, Anna Soubry and Sir Vince Cable, is to try to keep Britain under Brussels rule in the single market in the hope that it will become a full EU member again in the future. In contrast, the findings are a huge boost to Theresa May herself, a former Remain campaigner whose vision of a clean Brexit from the EU has overwhelming majority support. According to the survey, Professor Sarah Hobart of the LSE, one of the research's authors, said that the findings revealed that there were few signs of regret from voters on either side of the referendum debate, but she added that having Remain voters were still more likely to back a so-called hard Brexit of properly leaving the EU. She said, "Our results imply that Leavers are united in strongly favouring a hard Brexit because they are generally more likely to oppose any deal that involves continued freedom of movement of people, jurisdiction of the ECJ, and a very large divorce settlement." In contrast, Remainers are more divided, with the majority favouring a soft Brexit, but others favouring aspects of a hard Brexit. Overall, this means that there is on aggregate higher levels of support for outcomes that resemble the hard Brexit position put forward by the government. A spokesman for the pro-Brexit campaign group Leave Means Leave, backed by more than 50 Tory MPs, said the results were not surprising because in the last election 84% voted for parties who want to leave single market. The research was revealed as leading Tory MP Jacob Rees-Mogg, a high-profile Brexit supporter, publicly humiliated former Brexit Department Chief of Staff James Chapman for calling for a new Democratic Party to stop Brexit. Mr. Chapman was an advisor to George Osborne during the referendum when the then Chancellor was running the now discredited Project Fear campaign to scare voters into backing Remain. After Mr. Osborne's sacking from the government, Mr. Chapman surprised many by joining the Brexit department before resigning ahead of the election. Since his departure, the former journalist has been running a Twitter campaign to try to discredit Brexit. During a clash on Radio 4 with Mr. Chapman, Mr. Rees-Mogg suggested that Democrats was the wrong name for the Remainer party, arguing it should be the oligarchs. He said, "Most people in the higher levels of the party and across the Conservative Party and the nation have accepted the democratic result of the referendum a year ago, and opinion polls show this. About 70% of people just want Brexit to be delivered however they voted a year ago. Most people accept democracy, and what's so peculiar about this new party is it wants to call itself the Democrats, and the first thing it wishes to do is to overturn a democratic decision." Meanwhile, in more evidence of Britain's Brexit boom, International Trade Secretary Liam Fox has revealed that tourism-related exports from Britain are boosting the economy. Dr. Fox said the £302 million worth of holiday products exported in 2016, including £160 million worth of sunglasses, £93 million worth of swimwear and £16 million worth of ice cream, showed increasing demand for British goods. Thanks for watching. Please like, share and don't forget to subscribe English News Hub for new excited videos.